Okay, and we're back. And I know you saw the title already, so I'm just gonna show you right away that yes, we are indeed #1 on our main account in NU. That's correct, boys. We did hit #1 very soon, right after we finished our series in which we tried to hit top 10. So if you don't know, we just finished our series in which we laddered up to number 10 on the NU ladder, and then I just kept on playing. I played like maybe 10 more games, and yeah, we just hit #1 like right now. So I decided, you know what, I'll just make a video on exactly how we did that. We used this team that I built, and I updated it from my original build, which was Double Trap. It was in a previous video, but anyway, I improved it by putting Stunfisk and Weezing on it, and it just helped a lot with the current meta, so that's awesome. And as you see, it worked as we hit #1. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go over the last game that we played in order to hit #1, like the game that put us to the current rating of 1620. And yeah, this is a very cool game. It features a lot of like interesting Pokemon, and it shows exactly why the change to Stunfisk and Weezing actually helped us tremendously. So anyway, we lead Looky Lakey because it wants to knock off anything except for the leads of Phalanx and Toxicroak, and in both of those cases we have a guaranteed switch in to both Stunfisk and Weezing respectively for those two. Anyway, we knock off the Crustle as he sets up two layers of spikes, and then we click Wish and we pass into Weezing, and even though he gets 5 hits, due to how fat Looky Lakey's wishes are, we get right back up to full HP. Now here I make a pretty good play, and I expect him to stay in, and to click Earthquake, and we just click Will-O-Wisp. So what this allows us to do is we can actually set up T-Spikes. He stays in and gets a crit Earthquake. Doesn't matter though, we still live the next one, provided that he doesn't crit again, and we can just freely rest up here. As yeah, we just get the rest off there, which is awesome. And now what we can do is, because he's burnt, we can go hard into Volubi, and no matter what he does, we can just defog. He clicks Spikes again, and yeah, this is fine because we can just defog away. Because as you see here, 3 hits of Rock Blast only do 7% each, and that's nothing, because even if he gets 5 hits now, we can just roost it off comfortably, and then we can defog if he wants to set up rocks. So we roost up, and we're back up to full HP here, and now we can actually defog. So we got so much out of these first few turns. Literally, we burnt his Crustle, got it down to 50%, and we have full HP on everything, and hazards aren't up on our field. Now, he has Phalanx with Define, but luckily we do have the Unaware Quagsire we can just switch into immediately. And here we click Scald because we know we live the close combat the next time, and then the one after that because of leftovers. We unfortunately don't get the burn, and here I make a very good play. I expect the trick, and I go hard into Meryl. He could have Blizzarded, and that would have been fine too because we can just Toxic, but he tricks there, and then we double into Stunfisk expecting the Volt Switch, as he does exactly that. And here I make another fairly solid play in my opinion because we just Toxic here. Now, this is big because since he's already tricked, after we get the Toxic on this, we can infinitely just go into Looky Lakey and just Wish Protect. Even if he tricks us the Eviolite, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't gain that, or he gains the leftovers, but we don't lose anything is the more important thing. We won't get crippled. Losing our Meryl obviously doesn't matter because Whirlpool Trapping Set doesn't work against a Dry Skin Toxicroak. That's also immune to Toxic. So anyway, we take the Blizzard fairly comfortably. Well, not super comfortably, but we take it, and we click Toxic as we land it. Now this is great, because what we can do here is we can go hard into Looky Lakey, and we can go, he doubles it to Crustle, which is fine because we can click Wish here, and now we can go hard into Stunfisk just to heal it right back up to full HP basically. As yeah, he clicks Spikes again, which is totally fine. And now here I make a pretty bad play. I know that he should just go Rotom Frost because he has no reason not to, so my correct play there should have been just to click Rocks and then go hard into Looky Lakey afterwards, but I unfortunately just get a little impatient. I want to get these hazards off the field, and I go hard into Volubi, which makes it so that, well, I essentially am forced out from Rotom, and I just took 25% for essentially no reason, and now I'm forced into Looky Lakey once again to take more damage, and now I'm forced to Wish. So those 2 turns weren't ideal for me, but we're still in the lead because we got the Toxic off on Rotom, and we essentially made this Crustle useless. So we click Wish here, and then we click Knock Off. He reveals to be Focus Punch, which is fine, because what this means is that we can essentially just spam Knock Off, but now here I make a fairly risky play, but one that pays off very nicely. I expect him not to click Focus Punch again because he might expect us to click Knock Off. So in turn, what we should do is we should click Wish, take any other attack that he wants to throw off. It could be a Will-O-Wisp or whatever, and then we can pass it into our Volubi in order to get back up to essentially full HP, and we can defog away the hazards. he clicks Taunt, not knowing that we are oblivious, so we essentially got a free turn there, but this is exactly what happens. We pass into Volubi, Focus Punch will not do enough damage at all. It only does 30% as we get back up to 84, and now we can freely defog away all these hazards. And once again, we're back into a very comfortable and winning position. So he goes Rotom here, and we hard into Meryl on the Blizzard, so that's awesome for us, but unfortunately we get frozen, but again, not that big of a deal. We were essentially sacking Meryl anyway. Here we just go hard into Volubi. I don't want to let hazards go up until we gain more out of our hazards being up than they do out of theirs being up. So here I just defog away the hazards, and here is where the switch to Stunfisk on this team comes into play, because Nasty Plot Toxicroak with Life Orb will actually die to 2 hits of Life Orb plus the Earth Power. So he clicks Dark Pulse, and we click Earth Power, obviously. We luckily don't get flinched, and here, as you see, he dies to the next hit of Life Orb. So here, what we can actually do is we can freely just click Stealth Rocks. If he wants to click an attack, he'll die, and we just get Stealth Rocks up for free. If he wants to switch, he will die upon entry to Stealth Rocks, and now I'm actually okay with his Stealth Rocks going up alongside us, because we gain more. We essentially remove Rotom Frost in 1 turn as soon as it comes in, because it'll die to Toxic, and his Toxicroak dies upon entry, so that's great for us. He sets up rocks as well, but like I said, we don't mind that. And here, we don't need Stunfisk anymore because his Toxicroak is essentially dead. We can just click Toxic on the Dusknoir, and that's great for us. He clicks Focus Punch there, which is a good play, expecting our Volubi to want to come in. I wanted to try and go into Volubi just to get a free Roost stuff, or just to click Knockoff on the Poltergeist, but he makes another good play and he Focus Punches on our Roost. I guess we should have just clicked Knockoff, but it doesn't really matter at this point. We are almost certainly guaranteed to win the game with the combination of Weezing plus Quagsire, so we click Knockoff there to take out the Dusknoir, and we're okay with letting Volubi die here. As he reveals to be Life Orb Liepard, which is kind of scary, but not too bad. Anyway, we can just click Scald twice, look for a burn. Knockoff doesn't obviously kill us in 2 hits, so that's great. We click Scald, doesn't kill here. He Encores us into Scald, but we clicked it anyway, so it's whatever. But yeah, we get rid of Liepard there, and now he goes Phalanx to try and set up. Luckily for us, we do have the Weezing, and he can't no retreat more than once. So even at +1, his close combats or Iron Heads or Throat Chops, they all do the same amount of damage to Weezing, and it's not enough to kill our Weezing. In 3 hits anyway. So he clicks Close Combat, and here he should be technically just clicking Iron Head, but Close Combat does the same amount of damage anyways. So he's, or slightly more actually, but he clicks Close Combat there just to try and maybe get a crit or something. But as you see here, we burn the 2 turns of sleep, and we even live actually 2 more hits because of Black Sludge here. So he clicks Iron Head there, and you see it does slightly less than Close Combat, 1% less, and we don't get flinched there. Even if we did get flinched because of Black Sludge, we would have had 1 more chance, and we take it out in 1 with Sludge Bomb. And here we can just sack Weezing because, again, like I said, Rotom dies to Toxic after Stealth Rocks, and in this position he just forfeits because, well, Toxicroak dies to Rocks, and we have 3 Pokemon that don't die to Rocks, so we're guaranteed the win there, as long as we don't disconnect. So as you see, we go up to 16-20 from this game, and that's great because, well, that's exactly what we needed in order to hit top 1. We'll refresh one more time just to make sure, and yep, exactly, we're still number 1. And yeah, I hope this was enjoyable. I know this is fairly short, but I really want to showcase this team. It'll be in the description below, of course. And yeah, like this was awesome. We're only gonna try to make top 10, of course. That was the point of the original series. But I played 10 more games or so, and I kind of just won all of them, and I made it to number 1, which is awesome. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope this was enjoyable. Thanks for watching. Bye.